Evening, guys. Wow. Um, Hope you're all well. You may have seen, if you're on Instagram, Nadia just did a very brief live on her Instagram in the car. It's been a day. One of our daughter's performances is on, and there was one at halftime and one tonight. So she's not here at the moment. But I figured there may be a number of you guys who might want to share your thoughts on the fact that Kate Middleton has published, if you like, a message revealing an awful lot more than I think anyone was anticipating, insofar as I don't think there was any secret as to the fact that she'd had, obviously, they'd said abdominal surgery. But obviously with the continuing speculation and all of the chitter-chatter and we were talking about it again this morning, talking about no interest. There should be no interest in what is wrong with her. But in terms of these strange stories and images and footage and what have you, this is very much Kate Middleton and William and the royal household trying to take control, obviously, of the narrative. They weren't, I'm guessing at some, and I suppose even the appalling news and detail regarding, the attempt at the private clinic at which she had a procedure, for them to try and get her medical records. I suppose the feeling was that their hand was forced. All of that said, I think the reason me and Nadia were really shocked. I think the shock with all of this is, Alison Fisher, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's very sad news, as I have also recently been diagnosed myself. Alison Fisher, sending you all our love, sweetheart. I think the reason we're so shocked is, even with the kind of the circus that has enveloped the photoshopped photo, the footage at the farm shop, all this stuff. It's weird. I felt all along that the farm shop footage was going to be they were either going to confirm it, or they were either going to reveal more news. But I don't think anyone was. I don't think I anticipated this at all. I don't think anyone anticipated this at all. And so maybe, as you rightly say, who says that? Lucy R. The online conspiracy theories have been awful. I think she's. Well, I will play you. I will play you her message that she did, in case you haven't seen it. I think it's worth us all watching it, perhaps together. But I think clearly she hasn't been abducted. She, hasn't died. She is going through her own tragic issues. None of us, we certainly had no comprehension that it would be very similar in sounding. Go in for one procedure, discover something else, very much like the King. But let's just hear her message as she uploaded it.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them, and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, We now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I was just listening to Andrew Marr in the car on LBC, the journalist, and like he said, as was the case with King Charles, they're wanting that privacy. Nothing will stop yet further speculation. I think whatever condition, whatever cancer it is, wherever she is in her treatment, it's no one's business. It literally is no one's business. And I suppose the hope and the intention, perhaps partly, was to just put a stop to all of the most ludicrous conspiracy theories that are swishing around and floating around. But I mean, one has to have. It does feel like, as Nadia said in her live on Instagram, it does feel like you sort of feel like it's coming from every quarter. It does put you in mind of Nadia's, our friends, Hannah's circumstance, how there's a sort of postcode lottery around certain medications and what have you. And we'll pop the petition beneath this live so that you can sign that as Hannah's need for Enhertu. The drug was brought up in the Houses of Parliament by Penny Mordaunt, and fingers crossed, things can change there. Seems odd that it's available in Scotland but not in England. But hopefully you would think and you would hope that something like this provides enough of the humanity and real lifeness of this woman. I think the other thing about Kate, which is important, is that, of course, look, they all come from a sort of, if you like, the higher echelons of society. But she wasn't royalty. She's not royal. She kind of married into this, and what I felt looking at that was an ordinary mum wanting to do the best for her kids, who finds herself in an extraordinarily public position, given her place in the royal family. So again, the privacy that she wants, the way in which she kind of manages the news and the information as it filters through to her children. But then, of course, one's thoughts go to Prince William. I mean, not only the trauma of everything that he went through with his mum, but his dad is ill. Of course, there'll be right now all sorts of speculation over what they don't say, Meghan and Harry, and whatever Meghan and Harry's next move will be, someone somewhere, depending on what angle you want to take. Most of them are negative. They will be seeking a negative interpretation of if they say one thing or if they say the other. Or if they say one thing, there will be many interpretations made of that. So much tragedy for Prince William, who only the other day we now realise was at some event, wasn't he? And he was saying she should be in the chair next to us. Knowing now what he knew then makes you just feel huge compassion. Someone somewhere says, me too, Piers. It'll be Piers Morgan. I'm sure Piers Morgan will have a telescope homed in on Meghan and Harry's front door in order to work out what their response is. So I just wanted to share that with you. And it's one of those moments where you sort of, I said to Nads as we were just talking just then, it's kind of like, where were you when you heard this news? It's that kind of thing. I think I'm just so shocked that it's actually something much more serious than we all originally thought it was. And hopefully that will make many of us and many people sort of quieten down and give them the privacy that they afford, that they're afforded. I'm sure, we'll be doing coffee moaning newspapers in the morning, and I'm sure the front pages will be absolutely full of this, and we will be talking about it again then. Faith Goodman, those awful people who've been trolling her and the family, really, they are now left alone to look after themselves and their family, especially the children. So shocking, Sally Hatton, isn't it? Such sad news, April Hill. Yeah, me too. Yeah, like I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when I heard about Diana. And I think, of course, the reason we feel that even more keenly here is she is also now, of course, Kate is the Princess of Wales too. Anyway, on that note, I just thought we'd touch base with you. Nadia suggested we should. And have a nice evening, and we will see you in the morning. Take care, guys.